Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for this live video. My name's Mr. Bennett, and what I'm going to be doing today is Reiki for everybody that shows up either in the room now or who shows up later. And so with the Reiki, it's not limited by time or space, so it'll work just as well for you that show up later as those of you that are here right now. So we're going to do Reiki for 5 minutes. After we do Reiki for 5 minutes, then what we're going to do is we are going to answer tarot questions or answer questions with the tarot. Maybe even bring through, messages from Spirit. What would Spirit like you to know about today, or what kind of heads up would they like to give you? And even help with affirmations for those of you who want help with affirmations. If you're trying to manifest something and you're having a hard time figuring out what kind of what kind of affirmation you need to make that manifestation happen. So let's go ahead and get started with the Reiki. So for the Reiki, I have set the intention for whatever is for your highest and best good for those of you who are here or those of you who show up later, either one. If you have something more specific that you would like the Reiki to work on for you, then feel free to go ahead and adjust that intention for yourself. We are going to do Reiki for 5 minutes. Let's see, we're starting it at 1 after the hour, so we'll finish up at 6 after the hour. I guess I should put my phone a little closer so I can see what time it is so that we can finish that up in time. Welcome, welcome to all of you who are here. If you guys have any questions about Reiki, this is a beautiful time to ask that while we're doing Reiki. I am a Reiki master in the Yasui line, and so I am qualified to answer any questions that you have. So if you've got them, throw them up there. Patricia T, hello, hello. What are you using your Reiki for today, my dear? Hello, hello. Welcome to those of you new in the room. We're just doing Reiki right now. We've got 4 minutes left. If you have questions about Reiki, throw them up into the chat. It is nice to be back again. For your eyes, still working on the eyes, eh? You can always come back and rewatch some of these too to get some more Reiki. Or, of course, you could always contact me for Reiki sessions as well. La da da da, la da da da, la da 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 da. 4 more minutes of the Reiki. Welcome to those of you just walking in. We're glad you're here. If you'd like to say hi and let us know what you're using your Reiki for, that's always interesting. Or if you have questions about, oh my gosh, what is Reiki? Feel free to throw them in the chat as well. You can get lots of good juice out of them. Looking at the camera, I realize I forgot to put mascara on this morning. I don't know how I managed to forget mascara. I look like I have no eyelashes today. Let's see, 3 more minutes of Reiki left. La da da da. Welcome to those of you in the room. We are just doing Reiki. If you just walked in, we have 3 minutes of Reiki left. If you don't know what Reiki is, feel free to post a question in the chat. I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. If you do know what Reiki is, feel free to say hi. Let us know what you're using the Reiki for today. I set it for highest and best good for whoever shows up, but if you have something specific, feel free to go ahead and set the intention for whatever that might be for you. Two more minutes left. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever did that. I appreciate it. Those of you just walking in the room, we're just doing a little bit of Reiki before we hop over into the tarot. I did set the intention for whatever is for your highest and best interest. If you have questions about what Reiki is, feel free to post that in the chat. And if you know what Reiki is and you're using it, feel free to let us know. Say hi in the chat and let us know what you're using the Reiki for. That's always interesting to see. I am feeling a lot going into that base chakra today, which has to do with security, finances, stability, relationships, all those things that make us feel stable in life. So somebody's definitely pulling some energy in that base chakra. Mm-hmm. We've also got knees being pulling in some energy too. When knees pull in energy, that talks about the idea of being flexible and moving forward, but not so flexible you get pushed off your path, but just the right amount of flexibility. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. I appreciate that. We've got 1 more minute of Reiki here today. For those of you just walking in, if you have questions about Reiki, feel free to post them in the chat. And if you know what you're using your Reiki for, I've set the intention for whatever's for your highest and best good, but if you're using it for something specific, feel free to say hi and let us know what you're using it for. Always, always interesting. In a couple of minutes, we'll get over into tarot. Actually, not a couple of minutes. We've done 5 minutes of Reiki already. Let me go ahead and wrap the Reiki up. Okay. So those of you in the room, if you have a question for me, go ahead and post the question in the chat. If you want help with an affirmation, just put the word affirmation in there. And if you want just a message from Spirit where Spirit lets you know what they want to talk to you about and what their best advice or heads up is for you around whatever that situation may be, just put the word Spirit message or Spirit or message in the chat and we'll just go from there. We'll see how many people we can help today. La da da da. Right now I'm just going to clear the cards before I actually start doing any answers. Today we're going to use the Paulina Tarot. Very nice artwork on that one. I think it's watercolor. I couldn't swear to it. I like it though. Okay, I see you retracted a message, but I didn't get to see what the message was, so I hope that means it wasn't important or necessary for me to see. I don't know. La da da da. Let's clear our clarifiers in case we need them. You guys, if you have questions, go ahead. Oh, so we've got an option A or option B there, huh, Patricia? Okay. Barbara Kelly. La da da da. Barbara, I want you to be a little bit more specific with your question so that we can get a nice specific answer that's going to help you move forward. So if you have money that you know is coming in and you're asking about extra money, we need to be specific about that. If you have money that you're hoping is coming in, maybe a return on an investment or somebody paying you back, we want to be specific about asking about if you're actually going to receive that now. Because here's the thing with me. I try to help you guys ask the best possible questions to get the most bang for your buck. And I know that these are free, but you know, that's just the way I roll because most of my readings are not free. So we want to ask what we really want to know. We don't want to ask a really open question because then we'll get a really open answer, which is fine, but it's not generally that usable. Okay, and we want to do something that's actually helpful and usable. You're funny, Patricia. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Barbara. All right, so Patricia's question. Patricia wants to know if it's a better idea for her to start working on her own thing off the top of the deck or to get a job off the bottom of the deck. Let's find out. I bet you we're going to get an answer that it's a good idea for you to do both simultaneously. How much you want to bet? Let's see what happens. Carla, hello, hello. Okay, do your own thing on the top. Get a job off the bottom. Bum ba da 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 da. Bum ba da 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 da. Hmm. So this whole thing about do your own thing, for right now, we kind of have a tie here. All right. And when we look at get a job, that's really interesting. On technicals, I would say that's a no, which kind of implies to me with these answers that there's something we're not thinking about here. Is it a good idea for her to go as independent contractor and get a solid contract with somebody? Would that be the best way for her to go? Maybe more than one contract even. All right. All right. Well, I'm not getting a really clear answer, so let's look at some details here. And this was for who? This is for Patricia. Patricia. All right. So the first one was go out on your own. It looks like there's been some kind of disappointment already, which obviously, if you're asking this question, it's not too hard to put two and two together to figure out things aren't working at an old job or with an old business. So there's our disappointment. Eight of Wands talks about the idea, it's an Eight of Wands in reverse, which talks about no communication, there's no promotions. Like you don't know how to promote this even. If you start your own thing, like I don't see you actually promoting it. And if you're starting your own thing and you're not promoting it, then, you're not doing a whole lot of whatever that is that you want to start. Ten of Swords, that talks about that's kind of the end of the whole situation for you by not promoting it. You can have everything in place, but if you don't have people coming to you for your service or your product, that's the end. Ten of Swords does talk about the end. Seven of Cups here talks about you have lots of different options for your own thing. Lots and lots and lots. And with the Ace of Wands, looks to me like you're kind of overwhelmed. You don't even know which way to go. That may be why you're not promoting because you're stuck in your head about which things should I promote? I've got all these different things I can do. Which things should I promote? And so to me, this says that at this point, the way the energy was before I laid these cards, and you have free will, so you can change that energy and you can change the outcome here. But with doing your own thing at this point, not very productive because, first of all, you're having a hard time deciding what you want to actually do, which keeps you from promoting what you actually want to do because you haven't decided what do I want to focus on. So if you're gonna do your own thing, and you do have free will in this, if you're gonna do your own thing, it's really important to decide what is it that I want my own thing to be and really focus on that and move forward with it. You want to start taking some of those options off the table so you figure out what you can focus on and then promote that thing. And it's really important that you get that promotion out there, maybe even before the product or service is perfect, but as you get the promotion out there, then you get people who need what you have. And then as you have them start to pay you for that, then you can start perfecting that along the way. Okay. So, hello there, Shakoya, Christine. Hello. Patricia. Okay. You're quite welcome. So let's look at your other stuff because I did put down 10 more cards. We're not done. So, this idea of getting a job. So here's what's interesting about the idea of getting a job, how it shows up for me here. First of all, we've got the Knight of Wands, which talks about like you have a lot of energy for getting a job. You know how to do that. You know how to go out there and put your resume out there. You feel really excited about having a good interview. That's something that actually flips your trigger. That kind of challenge of getting out there and getting that job. That's something that you actually enjoy and that, flips your trigger, basically. You like the idea of knowing that, okay, there's regular steady money coming in. Hello there, Nikita. Um, the Three of Pentacles in reverse says you don't necessarily like so much working by somebody else's rules. That's the sticky part. You like and it's interesting because what this points out to me is you like when nobody is looking over your shoulder on your tasks. When you're getting out those resumes, that in itself is a full-time job, but nobody's setting deadlines for you. Nobody is telling you how to do this, when to do this. You're really out there on your own. You're your own boss when you're putting out those resumes. You enjoy that part of it. You enjoy the self-directed part of this process. Once you've been hired, you don't enjoy that now it's not self-directed anymore. So that says a lot that naturally you're inclined more to do well as somebody who has their own thing because you're more motivated when you're doing your own thing. Okay. So, with getting a job that does pick up responsibilities for you, which when you've got responsibilities towards somebody else, then that takes away from time that you can do for responsibilities towards yourself. And with the Page of Swords showing up in reverse, you would be learning something new. So there would be some type of orientation. This would be something that would be more new for you, whatever job you would end up getting. Okay. Now let's see. So that's about getting a job. Interesting. Okay, let's look up doing your own thing, but getting like a solid independent contractor contract type thing. So, like, there's a difference between what I do and having a solid contract with somebody, or maybe not. Actually, I kind of do both. So, I have a lot of private clients that come to me from my YouTube channel or from any of my other social media. That's pretty much where I do my, promotion. And so I have a lot of people that are just kind of random coming from all over the English speaking world to me. And so I'm not in any kind of particular contract with any particular company. Nobody is feeding me those leads. I'm generating them myself. Those people are coming to me strictly based on what I do. Okay. So that's not what I actually asked about. What I actually asked about is doing your own thing, but being in a contract to do your own thing. So this would be more like where I signed a contract with, for heaven's sake, in Denver and in Lakewood to show up on certain days and do readings for people that come into their stores. And that contract is, indefinite. Either one of us can terminate that contract at any time. But as of right now, it's going into the foreseeable future. So it's more of a long term type contract. You can get contracts that lock you in for a certain amount of years or months or weeks or whatever. Um, Doing different things for yourself. So this is me doing my own thing, but I'm also in a contract with somebody. See what I mean? So that's what I asked about, like doing your own thing, but doing it in contract with somebody else. And if you can hear the dog barking, I'm not sure why he's going crazy upstairs, but I apologize for the noise. So looking at the idea of doing your own thing in some kind of long-term contract, which does bring you a little bit of stability into doing your own thing. Okay, so when I'm looking at that, we do have the Ace of Pentacles showing up here, which means that that's an opportunity. There's an opportunity showing up for you to be able to do that. Now, remember, I think we still have to go back to what are you going to do? I think you have to decide that. What am I going to do? That's when those opportunities actually start opening up, as a matter of fact. Right now, I don't think you know about this opportunity with the moon. I think this is going to be an opportunity that kind of develops over time. Okay, so there's an opportunity in front of you, but it's one that's going to take, negotiation and figuring out how is this actually going to work. The Knight of Pentacles tells me that it's because it's in reverse. This says that getting into a long term type contract, doing your own thing, is not going to be enough to actually keep your budget going. You want to make sure that whatever this contract is that you get into, you want to make sure that it's going to be profitable and that you have a way to hit the eject button if it turns out that it is not profitable after all. Okay. Because with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it says it's not going to be the only thing to make your budget run. So if you get into a long-term type contract where you're doing your own thing, you want to make sure that you also have other things going on too, just like I do here on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, last thing that we have coming up, Nine of Swords. There is a certain amount of stress that comes with contracting out your services because there is a little bit of that living up to other people's expectations and not just your own. Sometimes other people's expectations don't have as much integrity as your own expectations. So that can be an issue. And sometimes other people have expectations like you have to be here at a certain time, and maybe that doesn't work for you. So there's stress around this idea of other people's expectations when you're in this type of contract. And with the Seven of Wands showing up in reverse, I feel like it makes you a little bit more vulnerable. So I'm going to say, if I was you, if I was you, I would probably I would probably get a job. I would probably also start doing something on the side, and I would probably try to stay away from any type of long term contract, at least for right now, until you're making it well enough with your side stuff that you feel like you can walk away from the job. But for right now, I think I would do the job and some side stuff. Just knowing that that's essentially the same as having two full-time jobs, because when you're doing your own thing and you're making it grow, you've got a lot of things you have to learn how to do, especially to promote yourself, blah blah, especially if you don't have money and you're doing it on a shoestring, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. All right, but I would do both just to have that financial security as you're getting off the ground. That's what I would take out of that. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you, Ms. Patricia. Who is next? Barbara Kelly. Are you still in the room, Miss Barbara? Barbara Kelly. So I'm still going to be here for another 36 more minutes. Let's see. Barbara Kelly. Okay. For Miss Barbara, does she have any kind of financial winnings or financial opportunities coming to her that she does not know about yet from today through the end of August? Good. Thank you for still being here, honey. You're quite welcome, Miss Patricia. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is interesting. You're going to manifest them. What do we have here? Ba-da-da-da-da. You are going to manifest them. And here's the thing. Whatever you're doing right now to manifest them, don't stop. You want to be consistent, and then you will manifest those. We've got, you being the one to take control. So I think as far as opportunities, I think this is more opportunities than winnings, because if I would have winnings, I should have a King of Wands showing up here. I don't have that. Or an Ace of Pentacles. I don't have either one of those. But we do have an Emperor here, which talks about you taking control. So you are going to have some financial opportunities coming up between now and the end of August, but they're going to be coming up because you are going to be out there pounding the pavement, making them happen, knocking on doors, doing whatever it takes to make them happen. Also, you are going to be doing the energetic work it takes to make them happen as well. And you even have some new ideas that are coming in too that you're not thinking about right now that are going to help you with your opportunities. And as a matter of fact, you're going to have enough opportunities that you're not going to be able to handle all of them. So some of them you're going to end up having to let slide. So that would be a yes. You've been tapping. Gotcha. I have not tried tapping. I've heard good things about it though. Hello there, Crystal. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so that was Barbara who asked the next question. Let's see here. Kata, if I didn't say hello, hello. Christine, hello. Shakoya, hello. Let's see. So Patricia and Barbara. Kata, how will I meet the man that I really have to be with? Oh my God. You have free will. There is no man that you have to be with. Please don't think that. Dear Lord, talk about bondage. Sheesh. Sheesh. You almost had me cussing. Thank you for liking this video. Also, thank you to those of you who are sharing this video as well. I'm still going to be here for 32 more minutes about-ish. Okay, Kata. How about we change your question a little bit because I can't handle that question. Can you tell? Let's see. How will Kata meet the next person that she has a serious relationship with? How about that? How will Kata meet the next person that she has a serious relationship with? How will she meet him? Okay, so I see you being indoors whenever you meet him, and I see fluorescent lights, fluorescent lighting fixtures, and cubicles, like soundproofing type cubicles, like you would have like at a call center or a big office complex where you've got a whole lot of administrative people in a room. I kind of get the sense that this is at some type of political type of workspace. So, like somebody's political campaign type thing. I don't know if you're working there, volunteering there, or if you're, I don't know, delivering pizza there, or who knows what, meeting a friend there. I don't know exactly why you're there, if you're there all the time or if you're just there when you meet this person. Hmm. I do think you're going to meet this person within the next 2 months. And I see them dressed in like dress casual type clothing. So I don't know if this generation even uses that term, but like khakis, button up shirt, stuff like that. Not like a business suit, but also not jeans or anything else. I do feel like this person has a few tattoos. So in my world, a few is 3-ish. And I feel like other than the tattoos, they're what I would consider to be pretty clean cut. You got to remember from my generation, clean cut is like military type look, not the really long hair. If they've got a beard, it's well taken care of type of thing, mustache, whatever. What else can I tell you about this person? I think that this person is a few years older than you and quite a bit taller than you. Okay, so that was Kata. I hope I answered the question. I think I did extra. Yeah, all right. Christine, message from Spirit. What is the purpose of my relationship with a past Pisces? Thank you, Amista. Okay, Christine, I'm a little confused. Do you want a message from Spirit? Because in my world and on my videos, a message from Spirit is just something that Spirit wants to talk to you about. We look at what is the situation they want to talk to you about and what would they like to tell you about that situation, best advice or heads up. Or we can answer the question, which is, what is the purpose of your relationship with a past Pisces? One or the other. So let me know which way you would really like to go. Do you really want a message from Spirit, or do you really want me to answer that question? If you would, that would be great, Christine. Let's see, Nikitha. Is there still a chance for, yep. Okay. Will Donata Company, okay. Nikitha wants to know, will she join Donata Company? I hope I'm saying that right. Nikitha, will Donata Company, will Nikitha end up joining Donata? Will Nikitha end up joining Donata? Nope. There's our first two cards flipped out already. Ba-da-da-da-da. No, I don't see that you end up joining Donata, and I see it as a good thing, and I'll show you why. So we start off with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Their pay is kind of crappy, basically. The Sun in reverse. I don't think you would be very happy there. Three of Swords in reverse. This is another card that just says this is actually healing, that you're not getting it. The Hierophant in reverse. This basically is what screams that commitment is not happening. So no. But it's followed by the Wheel of Fortune, which says it actually works out well for you that you're not going to be a part of that company. Okay. I know it's not what you wanted to hear, but it's also a little reassurance from Spirit that even though it's not what you want to hear, it actually works out well for you. Okay. So Christine says a message from Spirit. You're quite welcome, Kata. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Do, 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 do. All right, Crystal Harris. Are you still in the room, Miss Crystal? Do, 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 do. Gonna be here for about 26 more minutes. Or less. If we get everybody taken care of, I'll take off early. La da da da, la da da da. Crystal Harris, are you still in the room? I know there's a little delay. I'm trying to give you some time before I move on past you. Actually, I think that's the last person we haven't taken care of. If there's anybody else in the room that has a question, needs help with an affirmation, or wants a message from Spirit, please say so. Say so. Put it in the chat box. Okay, I'm not seeing Crystal in the room, so I'm going to hang out a couple more minutes, see if I can help anybody else, and then I'm going to be out of here. You guys, thank you very much for being here. If y'all would like to see more of me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I do predictions for every single sign every single day. Okay. Christine, did I do a message from Spirit for you yet? I didn't, did I? Ah, okay. I was thinking I already had. I have not. Okay, let's do a message from Spirit for Christine. I apologize. Carmelita, throw that question up there, honey bunny. Da, 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 da. Okay, here we go, Christine. Christine. Hello there, Macarena. After Christine is going to be Chicoya. Carmelita, throw your question up there so I can get you on the list, honey. Ba-da-da-da. Macarena, Macarena. To the Macarena. Okay, Christine, here's your situation that Spirit would like to talk to you about today. If I can pick up this card. 3 of Wands, some type of long-term plans. Oh, hail. Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, Christina, here's your deal. Spirit wants to talk to you about this idea of some long-term plans that you have or that you've been trying to be making with somebody who's a little bit flighty and flaky. They don't really like to commit to anything. So if you've got some kind of long-term plans with them, oh my God, I'm going to fall right out of my chair. Here's the thing. This type of person, if you want them to do something, you call them up 20 minutes before you head out the door. I'm going to go do such and such. Do you want to go with me? That's how you get them to actually do stuff with you or to commit to anything with you. This can be a runaround type of person. If we're talking about romantic relationship, they could be, you know, everybody's had a ride on that bicycle type of thing. But if it's not a romantic relationship, then this is just somebody who does not like to make long-term plans. They don't like to commit themselves. This is somebody who they like to leave room in case a better opportunity comes up. So they don't like to commit. And if they do commit, you can't really count on them showing up. They can flake out on you if something better comes along. Okay. So this talks about you making long-term plans with somebody like this. Okay. So this is for Christine. Now, best advice or heads up around these long term. Ha 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 ha. High Priestess. This tells me you've got some pretty strong intuition yourself and you should use it. All right. Ace of Cups. 6 of Wands. Now we're back again to the Wands, first card and the last card. 3 of Wands to the 6 of Wands. All right, so High Priestess, this basically says use your intuition with this. Like, I'm not really telling you anything about this fool that you're trying to deal with. You already know. Okay. You've had the alarm bells going off. Your gut is telling you exactly what you can expect from this person. You're probably not wanting to believe it if this is actually coming up in a reading. Okay. But you're already seeing it. Your gut's already telling you. You're having those little niggling feelings of doubt in how well this is going to work out. Okay. Now, pay attention to that. Spirit doesn't give us intuition for nothing. He gives it to us for our own protection. Now, Ace of Cups just means it's time to find something new that you're really interested in. Whether that's a person, a hobby, an activity, whatever it is, it's time to find something new to focus on as far as making any kind of long-term plans. You don't want to be focusing. This is going to drive you crazy to keep trying to make long-term plans with this person. Okay. And if you find something new to focus on to make long-term plans with or about, you've got the 6 of Wands. And this talks about being very successful with those. So not a lot of stress around there if you're making long-term plans with that. actually being successful and other people appreciating what you're doing as well. Okay. So get out of that mindset of, oh, I'm going to make long term plans with this flaky person. It's not helpful. Not helpful or healthy. Okay. I hope that helps you, Christine. All right. Next up is Shakoya. Message from Spirit. Well, if he's been in your life that long, Carmelita, you may have more than one soul lesson. Hopefully, unless you're just repeating the lesson and not getting it. We'll find out when we get to your turn. So that's for Carmelita. I want to get you on the list. And then who else asked a question? Macarena. Oh, how many properties are we talking about, Macarena? Usually that's not a cookie cutter type of answer. You know what I mean? Like where it might be good to sell one property, it may be good to keep another one. Okay, so Chakoya, message from Spirit. Chakoya, Chakoya, Chakoya. Chakoya, Chakoya, Chakoya. I'm going to be here for about 19 more minutes, guys. Okay. Chakoya. Guys, don't forget, piggyback messages are a thing. So if you notice that a message is resonating for you, please make good use of it in your life. However, if it's not resonating, please don't try to stomp on it, stretch it, run over it, or throw it in the dryer to make it fit. Just let whoever all needs to hear it, and see if the next one does. Okay, here's the thing. No property is the same. First of all, you've got different location. Even if the blueprint is the same, they're all going to be in different locations. They're all going to have different things going on with them. Some of them are going to have water heaters about to go out. Some of them are going to have roofs about to go out. Some of them are going to be in pristine condition. They're not all the same. I'm into real estate, honey bunny. I know this. I know this stuff. So we should look at that. But I think we should separate that out a little bit if you want to get an answer that you can move forward with really productively. Doesn't matter. Are any of them corner lots? Are any of them a little different size than the other? Do any of them have water under them? You're quite welcome, Nikitha. All right, so Shakoya, here's the situation Spirit wants to talk to you about. King of Wands. Somebody with fiery, passionate energy, very enthusiastic energy. Five of Swords showing up in reverse. This is making peace with somebody with some really enthusiastic, outgoing. They try to make people around them laugh. They kind of like to be the center of attention kind of energy. Okay. They can be very spiritually attuned too. A lot of times I see that as well with our fire energies. Did I happen to see you? Crystal, I don't have you on the list. Let me put you on the list, honey. I must have passed right over your question. I'm sorry. La da da. Also, by the way, Crystal, let's put a time frame on that. Let's be specific with it. Do you have a love connection coming within what? The next 6 months, 2 months, 2 weeks, whatever. Also, what kind of love connection are we asking about? Do you just want to know, hey, am I going to have a roll in the hay? Or do you want to know, hey, am I going to find somebody I can get serious about? An appropriate romantic partner is how I like to word that. Let's be a little bit more specific about what you're actually looking for to find out if that's going to show up. Okay. All right. So, Chakoya, making peace with somebody who has a lot of energy. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Okay. I like this actually, Shakoya, for you. Usually I see a guy in your spread and I'm like, ugh. This actually one is not bad. So best advice or heads up, 3 of Pentacles. Does talk about friendship, about being able to be around to this person and really get along well, maybe even be able to plan some things and get them done well together. You know, being able to make plans and follow up on them. Doesn't have to be romantic, can be friendship, but also could be romantic. This for me is not a particularly romantic card. That's why I'm saying could be friendship. Okay. Now, also, Ace of Pentacles. This friendship or collaboration that you're doing with this person you're making peace with is something that can bring you some new opportunities for justice, for something that is fair and that makes sense. Okay. This is not the Hierophant. So this is not like a big wedding type thing, but justice does talk about things that have to do with things that are legal or things that are made in a very fair and official type of way, whether it's through the courts or not. Okay. This can be a decision that comes down from a union president or from an employer. This can be something that comes down from somebody who has some type of authority in a family or a household, but this is a decision that comes down from somebody who has some type of influence and power and authority to make some very particular decisions. So, this idea of making peace with this person and collaborating with this person does bring you opportunity for something that is fair and healthy moving forward. Now, with these 3 cards, I'm really not sure if that opportunity is actually with this person or if this person is like the jumping off point to the other person that the opportunity shows up with, or the job that it shows up with, or whatever. But it's good to make peace with them. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so that's Sequoia. Next we have Carmelita. I'm going to be here 17, no, 13 more minutes. Carmelita. Carmelita. What do we have? You're quite welcome. Carmelita. What is Carmelita's soul lesson with a Cancer man whom she's known since childhood and has been in her life since then? Okay. So I'm hearing we're looking at 3 soul lessons actually, Carmelita. Let's take a peek at them. Ba-ba-da-dum, bum-ba-da-dum. I'm guessing he's probably, he's probably got earth and water in his chart, actually. Do, 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 do. I'm seeing some impatience here on the board. Okay. Let's take a peek. Let's look at the first soul lesson. That was part of the last one. We'll get to it soon enough. Okay. So the first lesson really just talks about this idea of sharing some good experiences with somebody who's very grounded and also who is very comfortable in their own skin, very comfortable with their emotions as well. Okay. So part of the soul lesson is good experiences with somebody who's mature. Mature as far as being very secure, grounded, secure. Somebody who doesn't have a lot of insecurities. They're not flying all over the place mentally and emotionally. And someone who's very comfortable in their own skin. Okay. So they don't mind telling you how they feel about things because they're comfortable just being themselves. Kind of interesting. I think part of that not only is having that experience with that person, but also having that example in front of you of, what that's like to be that way. Next thing that we have showing up, soul lesson. Boy, patience is showing up in two of these. Looks to me like you've had a crush on this person for a long time. And I think you may have kind of waited to say so until this person um, showed an interest in you as more than a friend, shall we say. Okay, keeping it family friendly here. As more than a friend. And so there was this idea of kind of patience, waiting to say. And so this has to do with the idea of really of learning patience, of learning about timing. Okay. I will tell you, I'm not so thrilled about the idea that I don't see this person expressing feelings towards you as much as I'm seeing him expressing, um, as in affection, love. I see him more expressing like lust, or this other person, him or her. That makes me worry a little bit. But patience, there's this idea of patience, waiting until somebody else is expressing something before you express. And the other part about that is that um, we see you not having a lot of confidence to be able to just come out with it yourself, but also it's really an insight for you to understand more about yourself and the idea that you let other people take the lead. That's kind of your personality, to let other people take the lead. And that can be very limiting. But sometimes you're letting other people take the lead because, you don't want to be rejected. Okay. So it's a little bit about understanding self in that area. And then the last thing that we have is also about understanding self as well. This is the one that talks about really impatience. Like, I think that what comes up here is that you try to make things work before it's really time for those things to work. And so you try to force them into place when it's not really time. And so, back to waiting for the right time, being patient. And it looks to me like there's some control issues happening here, where even though you want to wait till the other person has made the first move, once they have, you try to push things into a positive, successful outcome rather than letting them play out organically to see if it's going to work or not. So once they make that first move, then you step in and take control. And it's all about understanding, what makes you tick. And are you happy with what makes you tick, or do you feel like you want to make adjustments to it? Okay. Soul lessons there. I'm Ms. Carmelita. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. If you guys think I'm spot on doing little readings here where there's lots of people in the room and we're just doing something real little, you should definitely check out one of my private readings on my website. See if one of those is good for you. I'll knock your socks off, man. You're quite welcome. Quite welcome. Alrighty, so let's see who was next on the list. Macarena. Macarena. Gonna be here 6 more minutes. Macarena. Ba-da-da-da. 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 Okay, Macarena, here's what I want you to do, honey bunny. In your mind, I want you to think about these lots. Picture them in your mind. Maybe even draw them on a piece of paper. And I want you to mark each lot with a number. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to look at these 3 lots, and we're going to see if it's best to hold on to them or best to sell them. What would be best for Macarena's mom? Would it be best for her to sell lot 1 off the top of the deck, lot 2 off the bottom of the deck, and lot 3 out of the middle of the deck? Same question for each. Would it be best for her to sell those? Okay, Macarena, do you have your lots numbered in your brain? Or on paper? La da 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 da, Macarena. Excellent. Okay. So lot number 1, best for your mom to sell that right now. Lot number 2, best for your mom to hold on to that one. Lot number 3, best for your mom to sell that one. So sell 1, absolutely. Strong sell. Almost like shouting, spirit shouting. Sell, sell, sell lot 1, number 1. Lot number 3, that's another strong sell. Lot number 3 is not a loud strong sell, but it's still a strong sell. Lot number 2, it's not time yet. Don't sell that one. All right, next up is Crystal. And I'm going to be here about 2 more minutes. Let's see, what was Crystal's? Next 3 months, someone long-term, appropriate, and healthy. Love connection. Okay. For Crystal, Crystal wants to know if she has an appropriate and healthy long-term love connection showing up in her experience within the next 3 months. La, da, da, da. Excuse me. Woo, baby. I think you do, and I think it's going to happen about actually 2 months from now. I think that you guys are going to have some good experiences together, create some good memories together. That's interesting. Because I think that this is going to be somebody that you already know that in the past you did not get along with so well. I think you decide to start over. starting over. Yep. And I think that, you know, you're going to have a choice about what direction you take this relationship. And I also think that once you start over, you start to learn new things about each other that you did not know before. So I don't know if you dated this person or not. I don't have a Six of Cups showing up here, which probably would have shown up if this was an ex. But I think that you already know this person. I think you guys may not have always gotten along really well in the past. And I do think that's going to happen within the next 2 months. All right, guys. Time for me to get out of here. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. Of course, super chats are never required. Always appreciated. I guess I could have said that earlier, couldn't I? I may not be the best businesswoman around, but I am a darn good psychic reader. Anyway, guys, thank you for spending some time with me today. I do appreciate it. Thank you for all the thumbs ups and for sharing this video around. I appreciate that as well. Everybody have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.